Folks, welcome back to the Keep Going podcast. I'm your host, Vin Kennedy. Today, obviously, we have a guest. This is Ben. Ben, you want to do a little intro?
Yeah, sure. What's up? I'm Ben. I just graduated college. I'm a personal trainer. I'm 23, and I'm friends with Vin, and I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, Ben's multifaceted. He's studying right now to actually become a loan officer as well, which is my career of choice.
Yeah.
And then obviously, got into the fitness space. When'd you get certified in personal training?
That was during the pandemic, honestly. I got my license maybe like September of 2020. So I've been training people since June of 21, so last year.
Obviously,
A year.
Anybody needs a personal trainer, obviously hit him up.
Let me know, yep.
Something we definitely connect on would be the hybrid athlete lifestyle.
Yeah.
I think you were way deeper into Nick Bear before I was, at least.
Yep.
If you want to go a little bit into your training, just
Sure.
the hybrid athlete life.
Okay, so I grew up playing sports. I was a baseball player at first. Once I stopped playing baseball, I was just big into like weightlifting. So it was funny because I never ran distance until the gyms closed in 2020, the pandemic and everything. So once I couldn't go to the gym, I was going crazy.
Right.
And I never pictured myself being like a distance runner or anything, but it was almost like I had to pick something else up because I was going so crazy.
Right.
So I started going to the park and I just start running miles, and eventually I really like fell in love with it. So
How did because I know personally, like, and again, I was fat then back in the day,
Yeah.
and trying to run that first lap and I just couldn't even do it.
Yeah.
So then I would slowly gain, like, I was running a mile a day, then I started running 2, then I would just keep pushing it. Like, what was did you have like started with 1, went to 3, or did you kind of just one day push it?
we're getting right into this. It's funny. Okay, so Thompson Park's track is 4 miles. Okay.
So yeah, so quarter normal
So
track. Yeah.
I ran Thompson Park's lap once. The first time I was sucking wind, like I could barely finish it.
Yeah.
But I did.
Right.
Okay, so the second day I was a lot faster. Wasn't as bad, obviously. And then that night I went home and I was like, wow, I actually feel pretty good. Like I could probably keep doing this. So by the third day I ran the lap twice. So that's 8 miles.
Right.
So this was probably like over a week. I wasn't running like back-to-back days, I think, at the time. Like you said, when you start running, it's not like building muscle where
Right.
muscle takes so long to grow and build the muscle and strength and all that. But when you run, like it's just that first day. Like once you make that decision to go run, like you'll pick it up so much faster than people think.
Right.
So it's funny because that third time after I ran 8 miles, I started kicking in my head like, hey, I kind of want to run like 26 miles, like do the marathon.
Right, yeah.
So that's actually what ended up happening was, it's crazy like thinking back on it. I don't want to like gas myself up or anything, but I went home that night after the third run, and my parents were outside in the backyard having a barbecue or whatever. They're with the Martins at the time. And I went back there and I said, hey, Dad, like I think I'm going to run a marathon pretty soon. What do you think? He told me straight up, like, you can't do that.
Right.
I was like, what do you mean I can't do it?
So
He's like,
self-doubt. That's what you need.
I was like, what do you mean I can't do it? You're my dad. You're supposed to support me, whatever. He's like, you didn't train or anything. You can't do it. So I was like, okay.
Now you have to.
That was it.
That's how it goes.
And yeah, so.
Yeah. Well, and then it sounds like obviously you started running, you kind of got that endurance bug that a lot of people either get or they just hate it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's one way or the other.
Well, but it's not like I love running. It's not like it hurts your knees, your feet hurt. My right foot was already shot from running this week or whatever, but it's not so much the physical where, yeah, obviously I want to look good and everything, but like the strength you gain mentally from running.
100%.
Like once you start running, you can't think about anything else in your life other than how much the run sucks.
Absolutely.
So like I'm studying right now, that sucks. I can't think about it though because I'm running. Like
right.
I have to worry about it's sweltering hot, New Jersey's humidity.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I love it just to like clear my head honestly, and I'm glad that I started doing it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So you touched on something where it's not like lifting. So obviously hybrid athlete, you lift and you run. Some people, I throw in biking, very amateur swimmer personally, but people throw it all in. But so running is very adaptive. Your body becomes very, very acclimated to it quick. So that's why it's funny, and I did it forever, where people throw cardio in as weight loss. And it's like, good luck, because you start running a mile a day, now your body's going to burn less calories from running that mile if you keep doing that. So now you got to run 2.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Just start running a marathon a day? Like, it's not.
I know. Yeah.
So cardio is, and I did it forever, but now I'm learning it's just that tool where, like, that's to get, if you're going to do a bodybuilding show, which is something I want to talk to you about too.
Yeah.
But it's that tool to shed that like very last amount of body fat.
Yeah.
Where people, and I did it forever. Like you go after that as the source of getting you lean, and it's good luck because you're gonna beat your body up before you actually get lean.
Yeah, I think I was looking. I'm a big like what did you call it? 6-pack chasing.
Yeah.
Like when I was running as much as I could, like 2020 couldn't go to the gym. I was looking like very skinny,
right? Which
isn't really like my goal kind of like look. So it's like that hybrid, like you said, like somewhere in between where I can like. So like today, for example, like I lifted my weights first, ate something quick, and then go run. Like or if I'm not studying, I'll run first thing in the morning, and then go lift weights in the afternoon, something like that. So it's like a good. I wouldn't call it. I definitely lift more weights than I run.
Right.
But it's almost even.
Yeah.
Especially in the summer.
But it's good too to obviously have the balance, but then have one that you kind of favor.
Yeah.
So you mentioned where you kind of do you ever fall into like you're just not even in your head, but like you're kind of just like flowing with your thoughts in your run because it sounds like you just you're kind of in that I hate this state. Do you ever get in that like bliss state where you're kind of just on cruise control?
I don't think about anything else other than run. Like
really?
If I start thinking about studying or I start thinking about
what if you think about like just like because I know Nick Bear always mentions it that on his morning run like the troubles that he has in his life kind of find him, and that's where he kind of works through problems.
But the thing is, like, those troubles usually aren't as bad as the breathing. You need, like, your legs are hurting. Like, it makes you so much, like, stronger mentally. Like, that's, like, I love telling people, like, if you can go, like, say, like, you wake up early and you go for a run that day, that you just set the tone for your entire day.
100%.
Like every decision, if you're on a diet now, like I ran this morning. Why am I gonna have this burger? Or whatever. Like I'm not saying don't have a burger, but like it sets the tone for your entire day. So
sure, you did the hardest thing.
You did the hardest thing first. Yeah.
Right.
Nobody normal wants to wake up and go run. Nobody I don't know. You don't want. You're going to Aruba tomorrow.
Sometimes I like it to be honest.
Okay, I'm a little like that too. I know. Yeah. If I'm in a in a mood, I got it. Yeah, but so it's something I just started back up again. Like I usually don't run in the winter.
Right.
It's a little tough on the long. I mean, I'm just being a baby. I probably could, but I know you do.
Well, you know what? That was one of the things that like, and I have vivid memories of like, I love running in the rain. Like,
oh really?
People think I'm that like I broke an AirPods. Like
really?
and I fell. Like it's bad.
Yeah.
But there's something about that like. And again, I compete with myself, and I really do.
Of course.
But there's something about just knowing, like, because I've ran in the snow. Like, there's something about knowing that, like, you're up for doing this. Like, that pushes me harder, and it's like, why not? Like, it kind of just gives me that, well, running sucks to begin with, so it's like another edge, another wrench to throw in there where it's like...
Well, I'm not giving myself enough credit because I actually do enjoy waiting until the sun is strongest to go for my run.
There you go, that'll do
it. Like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, once the sun is strong, like now I'm burning more calories too because it's hotter, I'm sweating more.
Right.
Yeah, you feel like a badass after you finish that run and you kind of like, you check your watch or you go like this and sweat's falling. It's a good feeling, man. And then like, the other thing is like, you finish the run, you don't remember how bad it sucked. No. Like, you're like, this is great.
You get the euphoria from it.
I'm the man now. Like, I could do anything.
It's true.
It gives you more confidence.
You get the endorphins flowing, you get that runner's high.
Yeah.
Which is kind of something that also I chase running. It's like I chase I could hit. Sometimes I'll get a run where I'll hit. Like I ran 7 miles in Texas on Saturday. I hit cruise control probably half a mile in, smooth until mile probably 6, and then the sun started getting a little hotter. Not used to Texas.
It's like NJ's humidity versus like Texas's like dry heat. What would you say it was harder or easier?
So I was running a lot earlier than I normally do.
Yeah.
So time wise was better for me, but you definitely feel it quick. Like I was sweating.
Okay.
Quick. Like I probably started sweating half a mile in.
Yeah.
Where here I'm not sweating until like a mile, 2 miles.
Yeah. When I played baseball, I had like teammates that would go play like summer ball in Texas or they played college ball in Texas, and they'd always say like, "Oh, I hate playing in New Jersey's humidity. Like I'd rather play in Texas 1,000% of the time."
Really?
Which I thought was interesting.
Well, you get adapted to. I think it's because I'm not used to Texas.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's like you said, I go to Aruba tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, God knows what that's going to be like.
I've never been to Aruba.
I got an 8-mile run in Aruba.
Yikes.
I don't know.
God bless.
Yeah, not finding a track out there.
Yeah.
But so you touched on 2 things. So one is the suck of running, which is like probably the hardest thing you could do, right? I mean, like you could lift a weight, you get the rest period in between. You could go for a bike ride. You could be going down a hill. Even in the pool, you could make it work. Like you could take longer strides and kind of coast a little. you can't. Running, you're constantly moving.
Yeah, unless you're going to go slower, and then now I'm not running, really.
You're still moving, though.
Yeah, you're still moving, but the difference is, like, having the watch, I think, to tell how fast you're going. Like, for example, like, I had a run yesterday, I knew exactly how fast I was, and today I wanted to just be, like, a couple seconds faster.
Right. If you stop running, you stop.
Yep.
Like, there's no...
Yep.
So, yeah.
I think it's harder than most cardio. Like, I'm a big Stairmaster guy, but even when you're on the Stairmaster, unless you put it all the way up and you kind of look ridiculous, like going up,
like sprinting,
you're not going to lose your breath. Like,
sure.
when you run, I mean, that's just like...
It matters how long you're doing it for, yeah.
Yeah, like, but when you're running in the heat, like, you're gonna be sucking wind, like, you're gassed, yeah.
It doesn't matter your pace.
But that's why I love it so much, because it's, like, why would I want to do something that's so easy? Why would I want to do... I don't know, like...
Well, I want to let you know that you're not normal. You're with me on that, but you're not normal for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
like majority of people aren't going to go... That's why people don't work out. Yeah. Because it's hard.
Yeah.
Like, but it's that mental edge that it gives you, and I think a lot of people are in that field where it's like, that's what we chase. Like, that's the growth for us. Yeah. Like, and I don't know about you specifically. For me, I would consider myself studious now, but I never was in the past. So I always like leaned into sports and leaned into fitness because that was kind of something I was always better at. And from there is kind of where I go into it in earlier episodes where that's where I get my confidence from. So I feel like you're in a similar boat with that.
I'm very competitive.
Right.
So like when I'm not good at something, it actually really bothers me.
Right.
I just had a graduation party. I'm playing cornhole in the backyard, and this is my graduation party. Like I'm supposed to be having fun, and like I'm like losing a cornhole. I'm like fuming. Like I don't know. I'm just built like that, I guess.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So I'm similar in some senses where like I'm very good at not outwardly expressing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like listen if you know we're playing beer pong or something and we're getting like
I'm not having fun.
Game 5, yeah. Sometimes it's not fun. Like but if I'm running the table, I kind of can like detach and be like, all right, I'm down to lose one. Like it's okay. But I know what you mean. But
yeah.
And then something else you touched on, which kind of goes right back into Nick Bear, where you know obviously you said like sweating a lot, you know losing a lot of obviously just you're sweating out your electrolytes, sweating out water.
Yep.
You're just depleting yourself on these runs in the heat. You said you run at the hottest time of the day.
Try to, yeah.
Tough. I mean, listen, something I try to avoid, to be honest, only because I know, because I'll be gassed, and then it's like, you know, if you got to go to work or you still got to get a lift in, it's tough. Yeah. So what do you do fuel source-wise, food-wise, water-wise? Okay. Any tips that you have?
I like to have oatmeal every morning, something like oatmeal or eggs, kind of. I usually switch it up.
Now, do you run first or lift first?
Usually lift first.
Okay.
Usually. It depends, man. Like, I don't have a set... I was just talking to somebody else about this. Like, I don't have a structured schedule, like, oh, I want to do this day and that, like, lift this muscle on Monday and run this, like...
Oh, so you lift what? You have no schedule?
No. I don't know when I'm going to take off. Like, maybe it's one day I'm busier than the next, and then that'll screw the whole thing up. So, I know my body. I listen to my body. I'm always, I'm never lifting, chest, Monday and Tuesday.
Right, no, yeah, absolutely.
No, nothing like that.
Make it work, but it's kind of more feel.
Yeah, I tell people, like, I can't do... If it works for you, do it. But it doesn't work for me. So, like, ideally, it's funny because I like to... You know about, like, adjusting your heart rate, obviously. So, I like to lift the weights first because your heart rate's not going to get as high as when you're running. So, say, like, I lift weights for an hour and 15 minutes, okay? So, my heart rate's already adjusted. And then quickly I have, like, protein bar or something and then just jump in the car, get to the park. Now, my heart rate's already not all the way up where it needs to be, but it's...
You worked a little bit.
So, if I just roll out of bed and go for a run, it's going to hurt a lot more because I was just sleeping. Like, so, that's part of my mindset where it doesn't hurt as much. I also just took pre-workout at the gym, so that, like, a little bit of caffeine. I like something like that. Right. But,
You take any supplements or anything?
Creatine, whey protein.
Nothing, no Nick Bear supplements?
I mean, I like his pre-workout, and I don't take, like... I remember, like, he has, like, the Electrolyte. I bought it once. Yeah. I don't have the financials for that right now. Until I get the LO.
Yeah. I jumped down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
Like, I just ordered another one of the Electrolytes. I personally like it because I do feel a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. My thing is, like, I love Nick Bear, but isn't it, like, almost just the same as Gatorade? Like, you go to Wawa and get a Gatorade. No?
I think
it's a little better.
Yeah, definitely better for you. Less sugar. And just the electrolyte breakdown is pretty extensive, and like it's really what you need. It's like the magnesium, potassium, sodium is like really what you're looking for.
I remember I bought it once, and I mean, I don't know. If it would take my running up to the next level, maybe I'll do it again once I
listen, LO life.
Yes, sir. Soon enough.
But no, I like it. So I'll do the greens in the morning with my protein.
Yeah.
I eat so many vegetables anyway, I could probably avoid that. But,
Yeah.
But it's, so a testament to that is, I actually took greens at night once, couldn't go to bed. So there is something, it's not caffeine. It's just, it really does give you like a natural energy booster.
That's crazy.
Then the electrolytes, it is good. The electrolytes I'll take after, if I'm having a lower, so I've been intuitively eating, so I'll kind of just like, I'm carb cycling without trying. So a day that I'm trying to eat a little less carbs, because I'm also like cutting at the same time, but I'm trying to do it not tracking things because I get crazy sometimes. So days I'll take less carbs, instead of having the G1M Sport, which is electrolytes and carbs, I'll just take his electrolyte breakdown.
Cool.
Which is just BPN electrolytes, and that has no carbs.
Yeah.
So I'll throw that in, kind of refuel me a little bit, maybe have like, if I'm having lower carbs, just that. If I'm having a higher carb day, maybe I'll have G1M Sport or the electrolytes and like banana. Just as like a little replenish from after a lift, now to go for a run.
You just don't want to run when you're like bloated. You just ate so much food and you just feel, sluggish. You don't want to drink too much. Like you said, you asked me about water. Like, I don't want to have too much water, but like you need some.
Yeah.
I'd say like 10 ounces maybe.
I think honestly, I think it's everybody's body kind of adapts differently. And then even what I noticed in Texas, so generally when I run here, I'll fuel up. In Texas, like, it was a lot to go to a store, come back, go for a run, so I just wake up, go for a run.
Right.
I think I had like 2 bananas, just went for a run.
Yeah. You know what's a good idea before you run? I just started doing this when I picked up running 2 weeks ago. It's like, you have like a liquid IV, those things? It's just salt, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just tasty, whatever. But like when you have more salt, you retain the water longer. So like you never have to like go pee when you're running or something. You don't want to stop, but stuff like that helps.
True.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure which one you took. I just know that from Jen, my little sister, actually has them. Some of them have sugars in them. So
it does have sugar in it. Yeah.
Some of them. But again, it's not the end. Listen, sugar's not the end of the world. It's just I read labels like I'm a psycho with it. It's too much, but no, so that's why I like his electrolytes, because you get the same thing. You get the salt, and then I'm nuts. Like I used to just do pink Himalayan sea salt from like Costco or something. Now I get Redmond salt. It's literally from it's like pure salt from Utah.
Okay.
I'm like, this is how nuts I get with this stuff. But I just got like 2 shipments of that to my house. So
dude,
I throw that on my food. I throw that in water.
Look, it's your body. Like don't put it's like I went to the chiropractor like a couple years ago, and I remember like saying, "Oh yeah, I'm already back again." Like whatever. It's like the chiropractor. It's like insurance covers most of it, but it's still expensive, like copay, whatever.
Right.
I'm like, I'm already back, like 2 weeks, same week, whatever it was. And the guy says, "Hey man, your body is the only house you're gonna live in the rest of your life." And I remember that.
Yeah.
Like, why would I put something that's low quality into my body? You know what I mean?
No, it's
true. I relate to you. You're good.
Yeah. No, well, listen, I'm just saying, because some people take it as like, oh, this is what you have to do. And this is the that I do. I'm well aware that I'm nuts, and that's that. But it's like you said, and I like that. Like, so yeah, your body. I have a coworker that I work with that love the kid to death, but he'll go to the gym 1 week, next week it's Wendy's every day. But he'll say like my body's a temple, and not to on him. Like, listen, you need to enjoy yourself to an extent too.
Without doubt.
Either a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of food. I overindulge sometimes and have like these crazy cheat days. Yeah, but everybody needs their balance. But it's funny because we mess with him because he always says my body's a temple. The next day he's like eating Wendy's, and it's just funny. But it really is. And then that also goes back to like working out. Like a lot of people will go on that diet when they go to the doctor and they find out bad news, where it's like, if you're always playing defense, why don't you play offense? And it's not easy, and I get it. People have so many prior engagements, like family and work, and it's not easy.
Like, I train people.
Right.
Like, if you can just exercise, say 30 minutes a day, go for a walk when you wake up. Like we already talked about, like setting the tone for your day. Yeah. If you exercise, you're gonna be happier too. Forget losing weight. Eventually you lose weight, but if you're happier, you're just gonna live a better life anyway. So, I think exercise. I think everybody should try to exercise a little bit at least. I know people are busier than me. They have own businesses, whatever the case is. But like, I remember you were just saying on another podcast, like, you don't like it when people say, "Oh, I don't have time."
Because it's not time, it's priority. It's all priorities. Yeah.
I think about that. Like, I try to just tell people, like, you don't have to. One of my favorite sayings to tell people all the time. They didn't build Rome in a day.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Start with a walk. Go for a walk. Run a mile. Go to the gym. Join a gym. Get a trainer. Whatever.
So true. Yeah. Well,
do some push-ups before you go to bed. Whatever. Like,
absolutely.
It'll add up at the end of the day.
Yeah, movement is medicine.
Yeah.
And then something that. So obviously in the trainer world, like, do you find people ask for nutrition advice?
Yeah, they do. I'm technically not like licensed to be giving out.
But obviously you have some background.
Of course, yeah. I don't care. Like I tell people, I don't tell people like what to eat, but like a ballpark, I guess.
Right.
I could give them that.
Yeah, no, because so obviously posting a lot of the content that I've been posting now, a lot of people reach out as like, hey, can I have nutrition advice?
Mm-hmm.
And I personally, like, no certification in it.
Yep.
I think it's something I would eventually delve into, only because I take in a lot of information about this stuff. I'm not saying I'll never know everything, and I think that's one of the things that makes me better is that I'm constantly trying to evolve. A lot of the takeaways that people want are like that quick fix where it's like
one size fits all.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. Yeah.
But I think some easy things that you can do to implement right away is like you said, movement's medicine. So more steps.
Yeah.
Shoot for a gallon a day. Eat. If you give people things to target, like, because I've noticed it with myself, like I started eating more fruits and vegetables, and that kind of is going to supplement other meals without you noticing, because now you're just putting an emphasis on that, and you're not going to realize you might take out the chips you might eat at night just because you're a little fuller.
Of course, like broccoli, spinach, like things with a lot of fiber, it's going to fill up your stomach more, and it's going to trick you into thinking you drink more water. It tricks you into thinking you're more full than you actually are.
It's true.
They have like those like crazy, like not like salts, but like crystallized like little like powder kind of things that you put on the. Oh, it's supposed to like make it like feel like you're full. It's like I don't buy into all that. I tell people just like have like a little bit of carbs before you come see me, like an apple or like rice cakes. I'm big on rice cakes. I have a lot of those. I say like don't overeat, and then I make it so simple. I train a lot of moms, like carbs before and protein after.
Right.
But like personally, like that's how I do it too. It doesn't mean like I'll have oats and I'll have chicken. Like just keep it simple. The more simple you keep it, the better off you'll be, in my opinion. You don't want like I do track sometimes. I actually haven't been tracking in like a couple months, which is not good, but it's also like a good mental break, I guess. Like the scale and
need it,
you say you eyeball it most of the time, right?
Now I do, only because I did that prep for what was it, like 15, 16 weeks of like everyday tracking.
Of course,
so I'm like I need to step away.
Yeah. But so my sister lost so much weight doing it like that.
Yeah.
Isabel,
listen, it works. I think it has its place, and I kind of went into this on another episode where it's like it's a stepping stone and it's especially for me because like there are people, and JJ, love him to death, kid's the GOAT. We got to throw a picture of him, Nick.
Yeah.
He's a savage, and like you get something like that, kids eating out of containers for like a decade maybe.
Yeah.
Like
it's crazy.
And he's just a discipline doing this the life he lives. He's he went pro.
Yeah.
So like he's
the man.
Yeah, he's a stud.
I've worked out with him a couple times, and I'm always like not feeling bad, like kind of like jumping in with him, but I'm always like trying to like pick his brain a little bit.
Yeah, he takes.
You have to be willing to learn, like from like you're a great runner, great influence. People like you, like I'm trying to like surround myself with JJ, whoever it is at the gym, and if you're not willing to like kind of put your ego aside and like oh maybe Vin's right, maybe then you're never gonna get better.
It's how you learn. Yeah, it's true. You gotta. I call it like a white belt mentality.
Yeah.
Where it's like you never be confident in what you know, but always be willing to learn, and always question what you think you already know, because that's where the real growth is for me personally, that I found. But no, so like you get a kid like JJ, like eating out of containers, that's his thing, like crushes it. I personally, like, I don't know, like if I want a burger in the middle of the summer, like I'm gonna have a burger.
Hell yeah.
So it's sometimes you gotta work it in.
What's so cool is like people like crazy as like you or I.
Yeah.
It sucks for like other. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad because like we earned it.
Right.
But like I know I can go eat whatever I want. I can go out if I want. Whatever it is, cheat, because I'm at that mental state where like I would never let myself get fat. Like just I can't wake up and not work out. Otherwise, I'd be miserable. So it's like I know I'm good.
Right. Like
I
one day. Yeah.
I could do it. Like I know a week from now, like I'm probably gonna want to do it again because I just
did it,
burned a bajillion calories.
Right. No, it's true, but it's the consistency of it that compounds in the positive way of, hey, I know, not get away, but I can enjoy myself for this day. Where like I kind of
and not feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's the tough part, because I kind of go in this wave where I've been on a long streak now where I'm just very consistent. But I kind of go on that wave where like I wouldn't even say lose control, but like I'll lose a weekend where it's just like probably a couple 10,000 calorie days. Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's
easy.
Brutal.
Bro,
hey, but then you go into the gym on Monday and all of a sudden you're like,
and
wow.
and then you're locked in for like months. So it's
well, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying like if you like
use the
pizza, right? If you had pizza one night, say Friday night pizza, Saturday morning's workout, like you're gonna be
you get the
because you're just not used to having so many carbs.
Filled, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, which is cool.
You see, you know, you kind of have those cheat days, and then you kind of get back into schedule, and then you kind of get back to consistent eating. And obviously, we talked about JJ. You mentioned me briefly, and then brought up Nick Bear. So, who else, or out of like the mentors that you mentioned, like what are takeaways that you're grasping from them, or what are reasons why you look up to a guy like JJ or a guy like Nick Bear? You don't have to talk about me.
Yeah,
but you could go into that.
It's just experience. Like, I'll call myself like a young guy. I guess I just turned 23, but like you guys have done things that I haven't done yet. Like you've ran like the 48. What is it? 4 times 4.
4x48.
All these crazy things. Like JJ's competed, and Nick Bear obviously has like he's like pinnacle.
Absolutely.
Like if I can learn one thing from like each of you, like, and it's a different thing, like now all of a sudden I'm that much better.
Sure. Yeah.
So I like to look at it like that. I need more like business idols too, though. Like like fitness is great, like you're gonna get into it, but like someone like you, like with the studying and stuff, like that helps too.
Right.
But just to become like more well-rounded, I guess.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. And that's the thing is that, like we said before, like obviously white belt mentality, and there's takeaways you can get from people, and with me, with JJ, with Nick Bear, there's good and there's bad. So you see what you like and you kind of make it your own, and then form it into your own skill.
Yeah. Nick Bear is great. Like his videos, I used to watch him all the time. Like every time he posted one, I haven't been, but I remember 2020 when we had nothing to do. Like that's when I started the running and Nick Bear and like his ideas. I remember like one of the biggest, the coolest videos. I don't know if you ever seen it. Was where he explains the difference between like having discipline and motivation, like discipline versus motivation, and like pros and cons of it. Have you seen it?
I believe so. Yeah.
So like I'll just tell like quickly, like it's pretty much just like you can't rely on motivation because motivation isn't always there. But if you're disciplined, like 100% of the time, you don't have to worry about it because discipline is gonna take care of the motivation because you're disciplined. That's the definition,
Right.
But I thought that was so cool. I always think about that because
it's true.
It is true because like one day I'm gonna wake up and I'm not gonna feel like doing it, but hey, I'm disciplined, so I gotta go do it.
No,
it's sick.
It's the days you don't want it that really
sick.
define you. It's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a lot of people say like motivation will get you in the door, discipline will make you do the work.
Yeah.
Like, and it's true. And then I'm sure you even find it with yourself. So on like a long run, like I know I feel it where it's like you didn't want to run, but you lace up the shoes to start going. That's the discipline. But then motivation will hit you. Like you get 3 miles in, you start getting a little, feeling yourself a little bit. And, you go a little longer. Maybe you do a couple extra miles.
Yeah. Like when you're running the marathon, honestly, it's when you get to like a certain point, it's not even physical at that. It's just all mental drive. Your knees are shot, your joints are shot, especially because like going back to like I didn't train. So like imagine not train. Like your 4th run is a marathon.
So that's that. So how many miles did you run until the marathon?
4. Say I don't remember the exact day. Say like Monday 4, Wednesday 4, Friday 8, Saturday 26.
And this was like your first week of running.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And I mean, how did your body feel after?
Not
and
great.
How did you feel during? Yeah.
Oh no, it was really bad. I had, I remember you saying like when you were running your marathon or you were doing something, you were like, people needed to like give you water and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like my knees were like gone, my feet were like, it's not even like the muscle.
Were you numb or just?
Dude, I couldn't. Yeah, my feet were shot, and it's stupid because it was literally like Ben's marathon. Like I didn't need to be doing it. Like I'm not. Nobody's counting on me to finish. I'm at the park. Like
Well, I think that's actually the funniest thing is that like, and I spoke to someone that actually runs like long distance events, and they said, if you could run a marathon by yourself, which we both did psychotically during COVID, you could probably run so many more miles in like a
now
race
you got
atmosphere.
People watching you.
You get that tempo, the motivation. It's there.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. That's like, it's one of the coolest things I've ever done. And the thing is like, once you do something like that, it doesn't have to be a marathon. It could be 4 miles, 1 mile fat, whatever. Like, you could do anything now. Like we already talked about it. You could do anything. Like, it's the hardest thing you can do. So. And
you kind of what you're getting to there, and which I speak about too, is like that kind of like goes into your own like personal cookie jar, and like when things get tough, you kind of you go back and you're like, look what I did. Like,
why can't I pass this test? I ran a marathon.
Yeah.
Why can't I talk to the pretty girl? Like I ran why can't I anything?
It's true.
Yeah.
You kind of use it as like fuel to keep pushing yourself.
And like if you could do something like that every day, it builds up. You like we said, start the day with a run, go to the gym, whatever. Now it's like, oh, I'm in a meeting, like well, I could bear down and do this work or stuff like that. Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah,
And then, so any other takeaways? Because I think you said you ate like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, right? That was like what got you through the
marathon.
The marathon. What were you eating?
I had an apple and I had my car in the parking lot and I had an apple and a bottle of water.
And you were running laps, coming back and just eating.
Yeah.
So you were just taking bites of the apple?
Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
Yep. It was like I had like 9:45 minute. Like
right.
I think I finished in like 4 hours and 30 minutes or something like that.
Would you ever do it again?
Yeah, I'd do it again. I'd train a little. Like I'd rather do it faster and the right way this time. But I'd probably do it again. I also like. It's funny. Like I'll get into it. Like I'm not big into like how strong I am or how fast I am. Like I just want to look really good. That's like my only look good and feel good.
Right.
So like people say like, oh, like would you want to like ever squat this much? Would you ever want to bench press this much? Like like ideally, but like I also know my body.
Right.
So I like to answer your question, I would run another marathon, but I'm also not. It's not like my top of my priorities. I kind of want to do other things first before. But it's definitely like the coolest hobby. Yeah. You know.
It's cool.
Yeah. How's your prep going?
It's good. I mean, I don't even know. I think 5 weeks in, and
so I'm interested. Are you I'm sure you're not, but like it crossed my mind because you're going to Colorado to run it. So like like altitude and like.
That's why I picked it.
That's why
literally why I picked
it.
Yeah. Because I was like, I ran one in Jersey. I know I could do that. I want to do a bodybuilding show and a marathon in the same year.
You go. Yeah.
Let me make it. Let me throw a wrench in there.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, let's go to Colorado. But apparently, so I spoke to my marathon coach about it. Boulder isn't that bad.
Okay.
He said if you went like crazy high up, he's like, I would have told you it's probably unsafe.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to be in a spot where it's going to be a little tougher.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be as bad as
my parents went to Wyoming last summer for like a little vacation or whatever, getaway, and they couldn't even like walk up a flight of stairs.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because of the altitude. I thought it was so funny.
You get to certain spots, it's definitely tough.
Yeah.
So obviously you mentioned having like kind of other goals and focuses right now, but do you have any fitness goals that you're striving towards? Like, would you do a show?
I think it's lame, man. I want to look the best on the beach, like stuff like that. Like I don't care about hitting a PR, anything like I want to look good, be the best version of myself every day. That's all it is.
Right.
Nothing materialistic like this is what I want.
Right, like specific, right?
Yeah. Nothing like that.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
And then
it's a little unique, but that's
listen, I mean it's funny because I feel like when people dive into fitness, it's like I know me personally, like I don't goal chase for the goal and like, oh, I did this, now I have this. I goal chase because I like the journey of it. Mm-hmm. So that's why I feel like a lot of people in the fitness space kind of, like they want to go do a show because they want the medal.
Yeah. Well, my thing is like even with like social media and like seeing like all these like bodybuilders and stuff, like I post stuff on my Instagram about like me lifting weights or whatever, but like I don't follow anybody other than like Nick Bear. Like I don't follow like these LA guys that are like,
like the young kids.
Dude, because it's like they're no, like not to take anything away from them, they're in crazy good shape, but it's like they're doing their whole day just to get like one good picture with the good lighting and everything. Right. It's like now they're happy. Like that's not what I like to like look at, I guess.
I know what I mean.
Yeah, so
I think there's something for like. I mean, listen. Obviously, we both kind of post on social media, have a little bit of a presence. But I think some of the kids definitely, because like there was this whole like scandal. I don't know if you follow any of it, but like a lot of people were.
I'm not into it.
A lot of people were editing their pictures when it comes to social media stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
So then go back to running. Like imagine like this, like that's why we're.
Right, like people manipulating their times or something. Yeah, no, it's true. But I think that also comes back to like, where like I know where I sit in my head. I'm not saying that you don't, but I know where I sit in my head. Where like when I do look at these other, I'm not even gonna say other influencers because I don't really consider myself an influencer. But when I look at these influencers, I'm not comparing because like again like some of these kids' bodies will never be my body.
Competitive.
So I guess it comes back to the comparing is where you really get tripped up. Yeah. But listen, it's not a problem because if you were, I think being competitive is good. I think there's an edge that it gives you, and I think it definitely propels growth as well. I think you just can't beat yourself up over, which I don't think you do, is people will beat themselves up over like, oh, but that person looks better than me, now I feel like shit kind of thing.
I don't think I let myself even have the opportunity to because I just don't look at it, which is like, I'm good at it, but like there's people that are maybe like overweight or like they're self-conscious and because it's like, oh my god, like look what this kid looks like. Like I'll never look like that. But it's like really like, you could.
Yeah, it's true.
So I think it's a little toxic, some of that, but
some of it for sure. Yeah. I think I think like a earlier version of me would have definitely been in the same spot where it's like, you're
more mature than me where it's like,
no, not even that, but I'm in a better place with myself where like I I was in a very similar place of like when it came to comparing because it's just so easy, and especially now like it's instant gratification, and then social media is actually the next topic I wanted to bring up, where it's like, so like you mentioned, you don't follow a lot of those kids. Like, what kind of content are you taking in? Because I have personally a lot of motivational, a lot of discipline, a lot of quotes and stuff. So what do you kind of see? Just friends. I'm
a big, like, we'll get into like the bedtime and stuff. Yeah. Like, I text my friends about one friend, text specifically actually. Like every Sunday, it's like, hey, what was your screen time this week? Like, make sure it's not too high because we want to be on our phones all day.
Really? You guys are checking screen times?
Hell yeah. Without a doubt, I try to shoot for like 3 hours max a day. Yes, sir. Yeah. Dude, I put my from in my room and leave it there. Especially if I know I'm not getting a message from someone like say like I worked at a restaurant, I had a boss, like whatever it was. I don't need it. I don't want to look at it all day. I don't want to waste my life.
One thing that's going to change with, and anybody that works with me,
I know, people are going to call me all the time.
Good luck.
Yes, sir. I know.
I just saw my watch is going off with emails right now.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, listen, people work different hours. I got kids that work midnights that are hitting me up now, so like I get it.
Yeah.
But that's going to change. But that's
all right. Yeah.
But listen, you answer the clients, and like you said, you still stay off social media.
You gotta have a balance, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, you just don't want to fall into like hours and hours. Like TikTok is like that's part of the reason. Like you go on TikTok and you spend an hour, it's like holy crap, like I gotta be somewhere.
Realize,
easily.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, your time.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too, and it kind of goes back to like our most valuable asset is our time. Mm-hmm. So, like even you'll get like these billionaires that are on their deathbed, they say, and then it's like, what do you wish you had more of? And it's like they had everything they ever wanted materialistically. It's like I wish I had more time,
right?
Because it's something you'll never get back. So it really is. And that's so key, especially as a young dude. Like I'm so bad with my social media time, like my screen time. I'm actually
I might have to start texting you.
I'm scared to look at it.
I might have to start texting.
Can't
you.
even.
It's unacceptable.
I will say, and I don't think it's my get out of jail free card, but a lot of the stuff that I either post or take in is so positive, and a lot of my screen time goes to I watch podcasts. Yeah. So I kind of just leave that on. So I'm not really staring at it. I'm not.
It's not, the number is a number, but
no, absolutely.
You just don't want your eyes to be burning because you're looking at your phone so that's terrible. Like we'll get into the bedtime, right?
I was just gonna say,
dude. Like my phone right now, like the nighttime mode.
Yeah.
6 p.m. every day.
Goes on.
Yes, sir.
You do blue light glasses?
So I had a pair and they gave me a headache.
Okay.
But I would try it again. I should try it again. I'd probably get used to it. I wore it for like a couple days and I was like, I had a blistering headache from just not being used to wearing glasses, I guess.
Yeah.
But dude, like, I love people like they'll be like, I went to bed at 2 a.m. Like I was watching a movie or something. I'm like, dude, like. I mean, it's your life, but I just could never live that lifestyle. I need to go to bed. Like, if you get a good 8 hours, like, you're going to be productive the next day.
Good.
Dude, like, mood is up.
Right.
Like, energy's up. Like, why wouldn't you?
It's true.
I used to feel bad about it because, like, I used to actually go to bed, like, ridiculous, like, 7:30.
Right.
8, like, even 8 o'clock. I actually go to bed at 8
When was this?
Now. Maybe, like, last year.
Okay.
Last spring.
So why would you feel like you're missing out almost?
I don't sleep well. So, say like my friends are like, yeah, let's not even go out. Like, let's go watch the Mets game at the, Buffalo Wild Wings, for example. The game's at 7. I'm like, I'm going to bed at 7:30. Like, I'm not coming.
Right.
And I used to feel bad about it because
maybe missing out on like experiences, kind of.
Sure, but like I needed to do it because I wanted to get my 8 hours. Like I wanted to be doing crazy stuff the next day. So I didn't at the same time feel bad about it, but. I've been sleeping better. My thing was like I wasn't falling asleep and staying asleep very well, so I kind of like would just try to like be in bed so I could get enough time to have enough restful sleep. Yeah. So
do you do anything to track sleep?
What's
do
up?
You watch track? You watch it?
I charge it. I did try the tracking or whatever once or twice, but I know when I wake up if I had enough sleep or not. Yeah.
So, cool. Well, actually, I have the Garmin now. So we were talking about that.
So you switch.
Well, no, I keep it so battery life's great.
Crazy.
Yeah, so it's like 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah.
And that's with all the working out.
That's
so
nuts.
It actually will tell you in the morning how many hours you got and your sleep score.
Sick.
And then I have a journal every morning I actually write down, which I love this journal for.
Yeah.
It's you write down the time you went to bed, time you woke up. So
I need
you
that, man.
Track it. It's good.
Last night was the first time in so long that I know I didn't wake up. I fell asleep probably 9:30. I woke up.
So you wake up every night almost.
I'm bad.
Yeah.
It sucks. I don't know why. Like it's probably like just mental. Like I just can't turn my you count to like 100 or like deep breathing 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. I just can't shut my brain off.
Right.
When I used to serve tables, that's when I really started to notice it. You'd come home not like crazy late. My restaurant was good with that. I was home by like probably like 11:30 at the latest. Try to get in bed by like 12:30, whatever. And I'd be falling asleep, and I'd start waking up thinking I was still at the restaurant. Like, oh, I'm sleeping. Oh my god, I have a table. Like, oh my god, I need to get a drink.
Like stress.
Crazy, man. Yeah. Isn't that so like I noticed that started happening, and then it started happening like even after I wasn't at the restaurant. Like, I'd be wrapped up in whatever. Like maybe I was starting for my my personal training test, and I'd just be like, oh my god, like I need to study this or whatever. I just couldn't. I don't know why, but so thankfully I've gotten so much better with it. I actually could fall asleep a little better. So maybe it's just like getting more mature and not worrying as much about crazy stuff. But
well, there's always gonna be the worries. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of compartmentalizing like that, the issues that you have going on, and like that's the time where like you shut the phone off, so you got to try and shut the mind off. My
phone, like it's in my bed, but like I don't check it. Not until in the morning. There's no reason.
And then when you wake up, do you have a period of time where you won't touch your phone?
Yeah, I'll go eat breakfast. I won't. I just quickly make sure nobody needs me.
Right.
And then go eat breakfast. Now my routine is to go study. Mm-hmm. So eat breakfast, study, and then I'll start looking at my phone by the time I'm like ready to go to the gym, stuff like that. Dude, don't go on your phone as much, man. It'll change your life, dude.
No, yeah.
I know you got your work and this, but try like if you don't need to be on it, don't.
No, listen. Back when I was a police officer, I had like a strict rule. Like I worked 3 to 11. So when I would get home at 11, like I would purposely like try my hardest, obviously at work, after like 10:30 not touch my phone until the next morning.
It's a good idea.
So and I did it for a while. Yeah. Or even when I got home, sometimes it was like I'm not gonna fall asleep till 12. I got home at like 11:15, whatever, 11:30.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't touch my phone for like an hour.
Yeah.
And then I do the same thing in the morning. In the morning, I'm good. Mm-hmm. So I'll touch my phone only for notes on my phone because I have a couple. Which one of the episodes? I think this is going to be the episode prior to this. I go through my whole morning routine.
Yeah. Cool.
And I no social media, no text, no phone, no email. But I do look at like the notes on my phone, and then I do like a gratitude list on my phone. So that I will touch my phone for. But as far as like taking information in, the only thing I'll do is actually play like songs, like happy songs in the morning. I play like Good as Hell by Lizzo.
Cool.
Jam of mine.
Yeah.
But I'll throw like that on or like motivational video, and then outside of that, I won't have my phone for like 30 to an hour.
Anybody watching this, like if you're working out in the gym, going for a run, I don't know if you do this, but I've been doing this for years, and I feel like I'm one of the only people who do it. Say like in the morning, you check your phone for whatever quickly, right? Queue up 45 songs if you're gonna go work out, if you're gonna go drive to work. Now you don't have to change the song every time. Yeah. So like. You go change a song. Oh, let me check Instagram.
Yeah, but I'll listen to check 5 seconds of the song. I have a real problem.
Yeah, so you gotta work.
Well, I'm weird because I'll listen to 5 seconds of the song, or I'll play the whole song for like an hour workout. Like
I do that too. I'm sick, man. Yeah, Spotify's cool. They have like the on repeat playlist.
Yeah.
So like you could just queue up like all the songs running from that. Smart. Go to another playlist, and by the end of the day, like I ran out of songs. Now I could do it again.
Well, you'll see too, and I really was in a good place where like I wasn't touching my phone at the gym.
Yeah.
That LO life, like these people.
I had an iPod Touch, no joke.
Yeah,
I had an iPod Touch for the longest time, broke, so I couldn't use it anymore. But
I want to find a way on a runs. I know you could actually put music.
My sister did that. You could pay for the service, and you don't have to take your phone to listen to music. It's cool. Yeah.
Well, this you don't even have to pay. You actually could input if you have Spotify.
Do it up, brother.
Just like.
I hold my phone, but I don't. I just do not disturb. But I hold.
So I then that's actually another topic. So, what is your running attire? Because I've been switching over the years.
I have Hoka shoes. Yeah. I probably should get a new pair. I've had them for like 2 years now. I guess they're still fine, but I wear the Hokas, sunscreen, no shirt, the watch, and like you wear the short shorts. I just wear.
I've been going like I think they're like 5-6 inches.
I'm not that
not there yet.
Not there yet. No.
You got bigger legs than me, bro. I look funny out there.
Yeah. Nah, I'm a little lanky for that.
I gotcha. Yeah. Well, so why I like them too is because they have that slot that I can throw my phone in, so I don't have to hold it.
Okay.
That's my biggest takeaway with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I hold it. I don't know. That's that. Like, you know what's funny is like I'm so used to it by now, but like that's just like my.
Yeah, it's true.
It'd be weird to break it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean maybe someday. Maybe someday.
All right. So then kind of back to the bedtime. Do you have any other like routines where? Obviously people that like, I have a bedtime, but that's structure, that's discipline, it's consistency. Mm-hmm. So, 2 things. One, do you have any other routines? And to piggyback off the bedtime, do you ever, so just say you have a night, obviously you go out, you enjoy yourself every once in a while.
Yep.
How do you feel like a night drinking, going to bed later, and then that next day, like what is your
Okay. Well, one thing for my schedule, the only other thing that I can think of off the top of my head is like I like to do 100 push-ups before I go to bed.
Mm-hmm. You'll do that after drinking?
No, not after drinking. I'll probably hurt myself.
What if you have like I don't know how you work your diet, but like, do you have cheat days or cheat meals?
No, I don't. Like I said, I'm not into like that structure. Like if I feel like having it, I'm gonna do it.
So you probably are better structured than not to have cheat days.
I don't have cheat days. No.
You'll have like a meal.
I'll have a meal if I'm feeling it. Right.
What if you had that before bed? Will you still do the push-ups?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, okay. Definitely. Yeah.
Do you feel more inclined to do the push-ups, like work it off? Or
no, it's not inclined or anything.
Not like punishing yourself.
No,
yeah, that's a good.
No.
So it's funny because like you say that I'm mature.
Yeah.
You're at a way better place with like food that I feel like a lot of people that dive into fitness struggle with. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm asking these questions.
Yeah. No, I just like doing the push-ups because I like looking in the mirror. I look pumped up. I'm ready to go to bed. That's all. And then it's just good like structure too. Like it's something to look forward. Like like I'm crazy. Like look forward to it.
No, I know
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I like doing it.
Listen,
so
look forward to long runs sometimes.
Yeah, when you do the push-ups too, like real quick fitness tip. Like people just do. I don't know how you do your push-ups, but just do them normally. Like kind of like weight in the middle of your hands and everything. When you try to do your next push-up, just watch how much harder it is to like kind of like put the weight inside the inside of your hands and then squeeze your pretend like you're squeezing yourself up instead of pushing yourself up.
Right.
Dude, night and day. Yeah. Try that out. Yeah.
Listen, I got a baby boy chest over here.
Man,
all the tips I can
get. Here he goes, bro.
I'm not a big guy like that.
I tell people I'm pretty boy strong. I'm not actually like strong.
Right. Well, now you move some.
I curl the 25s, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah, but you could go heavy. Your disciplined form is different.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we might have just found the root of your problem with sleeping. I mean, you're pumping yourself up before you go to bed.
I know.
You get the heart rates with push-ups.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's actually getting back to that. Like my routine is like the 100 push-ups, and then I take like the melatonin.
Okay.
So then I'll like listen to a song, maybe something relaxing, and then close my eyes. So it's not like push-ups, shut eye, done. Like it's not like that.
I was gonna say, have you ever tried meditation or like a sleep?
I was watching your thing with Nick, and you meditate every morning. I've never tried.
I used to when I was with Jersey City. It was so much easier to be more structured. So, which I do have to get back to. It's just tough to do it, and I have no problems falling asleep. So I used to do one at night and one in the morning. They have like those. You just type in YouTube like 5-minute meditation, sleep meditation. It's good stuff.
There was nights where I couldn't fall asleep, and I go on Spotify and try to find like
playlist,
waterfall,
that's usually what they have. No,
yeah, I should, man. Yeah,
you gotta kind of like
lucky.
lean into
you just fall asleep.
Oh yeah, I'm
that's
like a bear,
good,
bro.
man.
It's so bad.
I'm jealous, bro.
Sleep anywhere.
Yeah. They say like people that can take a nap in the middle of the day are like some of the healthiest people because their brain they're just not stressed, like they can just sleep.
Yo, it's
sick.
Well, it's actually funny because like even I think I sent you my heart rate's like crazy. My
Low.
resting heart rate's like
sick
34.
Mine's probably since I started running again. It's probably
that's what happens.
Not 34. I'm not
train the muscle. Yeah,
that's like you need to like you need to kick or something.
Well, and then also the Garmin actually tracks your stress level.
Cool.
And it's funny because I posted something the other day of like my stats of running. And I didn't realize the stress level and like heart rate were in there. And somebody was like, "Is that out of 100?" And I was like, "Yeah," because the stress level was like 10, and it was like the end of the day.
Good.
And people were like, "Well, listen, everybody has stress. It hits you, and you feel it. It's just how you hold on to that."
Yeah.
So, listen, we all have things going on.
Dude, I tell people, invest in yourself. Something doesn't go your way, invest in yourself.
Yeah.
My dad told, you're not gonna run a marathon. All right, Dad.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Not taking it personally, but okay, I'll remember that.
No, yeah.
Somebody says your goals are too crazy or whatever it is. Okay.
Which I challenge that because I think if your goals aren't, if someone's not laughing at your goals, they're not big enough.
That's a good.
Listen, I just why would you settle for something so
I
small?
tell people when we're working out, don't count your reps. Why would you? 4 sets of 10.
True.
Dude, you could have kept going.
Right, you don't know.
I tell people, shoot for the stars, because even if you miss, you're still going to be, way up there in the sky. That's what you want.
It's true.
So, have ambition, and, yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
True. Then, we kind of have the last question here, which is, the name of the podcast is Keep Going Podcast. So, what ultimately, or who, if it's a person, what keeps you going? What makes you pursue your goals? What makes you want to be the better version of yourself?
Wow, that's a big one. I would just say the fear of being average, I guess. You want to be not that I'm gonna die soon, but you want to leave an impact, I guess.
Right.
So that's part of it. You also want to make people proud. I'm big on my parents. I feel like they did a really good job raising me. I'm respectful and everything
absolutely.
like that. And it's important for them. Like, I want them to be proud of me. I guess that's a good one too. So it's like, it's a weird point in my life right now where this is like kind of like why I'm stressed. It's like, it's stupid. Like, you'll listen, but like I just graduated, and it feels so strange. Like, it used to be like, oh, I have schoolwork. Like, that's why I'm home doing nothing. Like, I have schoolwork. I go eat, watch a movie. Like, whatever. I have school. Like, I have school to do. Like, it's a good excuse. Now it's like, okay, now I don't have school. Like, I'm studying to be like the LO or whatever. But it's just like, oh, Dad's leaving to go to work. Mom's doing this for us. You know, my sister's working. My brother's working. And I'm like, oh crap. Like, yeah, I work at the gym, but it's not long hours and everything. So it's a weird time like that. But definitely, you know, I just want to definitely make my parents proud, and I don't know if that kind of answers.
No, definitely, yeah, absolutely.
Do it for myself too, though. Like, I don't want I'm a big Snapchat memory guy, which is funny because like I just said, like, I don't go on my phone a lot, but I like to save Snapchat memories, like what I was doing at this time, like And if you're not better than you were, like, say it has like, you know how they have like the recaps, I like looking back and be like, oh, well, I'm better than I was then, like, and just kind of building up like that. I remember, like, going back to like Nick Bear. He, like, when I was big into his videos, I remember he said something about how when he watches his old videos, if he's not cringing at them, then he's not doing good. He's not doing well.
You gotta, like, put yourself out there.
You gotta look back and say, like, that version of me sucked. This version of me's better. 2 weeks from now, oh, that version of me sucked. Like, now I'm getting better and better and better. Yeah. So, yeah, stuff like that, and also like, what drives me is just like I said, like, I don't want to be average. It just drives me crazy. Like I said, like, sucking at something. I like, we can get quickly into like how I was like working on this like clamming boat. Yeah. I picked it up pretty quick, but like I quit after my first 2 days, which is funny. I don't really talk about it, but like I told the guys, like, listen, man, like I suck at this. Like I don't want to like hold you back or whatever. It's like, no, you don't suck. Like, you know, you keep working, you get better. And he was right. And I ended up I quit for other reasons, but it's just stuff like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, have something to push towards, right? Yeah. Like, a lot of people are content with staying in the same place, and there's no growth there. And to piggyback,
it drives me crazy.
Yeah, me too. But again, you know, you gotta. We're in our lane. We're in a different. Everybody's on their own different path. But something you said where you're in the unknown. Yeah. You know, you graduate college.
It's a long time. Like,
it's weird. But you know what? You should also lean into it. And a lot of the older guys at work, or just older people that I speak with, kind of like look at me in a form of like, not that they want to be me by any stretch of the imagination, they want my time. Because right now you're in a time where, like, I know me personally, like, I'm single. You know, obviously I work. I have no kids. I have no family. I have no.
You can risk things, like you can.
Not even that, but
I was thinking about what to say on this podcast before, and one of the things I wanted to get into is like, yeah, I'm stressed about this test I'm gonna take, but like, even if I fall flat on my face, like, I have such a strong like supporting cast around me, like great family, great friends. I have like I don't want to brag, like I have a lot of friends. It's really good. Like, even if I fall flat on my face and fail this test, or like I make an investment in something else, I fall, like I fail, whatever it is, like, dude, like I live at home, like my parents love me, like I have a, you know, good job, like what do I care so much? I don't know why. Yeah, so it's a good time.
Put too much. We put too much like almost pressure on ourselves sometimes.
Yeah, for no reason. Yeah, so it's good to like say that. Now it makes me feel a little better.
No, absolutely, and honestly, it's the unknown area where you're almost in a better place because you have options. Where you get people that
my dad says, like, we had a graduation party, like I said, and he was like, dude, like, why are you worried about this test? Like, you should get in your car. You should like just drive to like Florida. That's what he's like. That's what you should do. But like, I don't know why I won't. I don't know. He says, you know, just like worry about it after. You know.
Sure.
Yeah. He's a smart. You like my dad.
Yeah. We hit it off the barbecue. We talked for like hours.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah.
But no, it's true, man. This is the time to explore. This is the time to venture out and try things. And again, like, guys at work or older guys to talk to, it's like, you know, they think the time that I have right now is cool, and it's made me appreciate it more, because, you know, you're in a spot where you're seeing people in other stages of their life kind of don't have that time. Like, you got no kids, like like your dad said, if you want to pick up and move to Florida, like drive to Florida, you can. Like, example for me, I was supposed to go to Aruba on Sunday. I saw the flight's actually cheaper tomorrow, and with work I could work remote, so I was like, go tomorrow. Like, cool. Don't matter.
It's cool.
And to have that privilege, and like last week, Thursday to Sunday, I was in Texas. Still working.
It's sick.
Yeah, I mean,
my sister goes away all the time. She's just booked another. She's going to Texas now and everything.
Yeah.
I should go. I should. I don't know why.
Come to Colorado in October.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to run it. You can just come.
Yeah, you're
come
right.
hang out.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, man, appreciate the time.
Yes, sir.
I think we hit a lot of topics here.
Good.
And so yeah, that's what we got today. And Ben's gonna take it away.
Hey, make sure we subscribe to Vin. Follow the Instagram, TikTok, all the above. Maybe Nick can put it up here, like right here for us.
Yeah.
All those the handles.
Share the content and please spread the word.
And make sure you listen to what this guy says. He's got a lot of good things to say.
Appreciate it.